Good morning, welcome to biology class. My name is Mr. Williams, and today we're taking the topic structure and function of reproductive organ in plants. But before that, let us look at our lesson objective. So, by the end of the lesson, students should be able to describe the reproductive system in flowering plants, identify the four floral parts of a typical flower, state the functions of each floral part. Now, what is the reproductive structure of a flowering part? Is what we call the flower. I don't know what flower is. You know, that beautiful flower that has different colors. That is the reproductive organ of flowering plants. And why is it? Because that is where the male and the female organ, of the flower is, of the plant is. That's why we call it reproductive structure. And it is made up of two parts. We have the floral part and the pedicel. The floral part, two parts of the flower. It's called the floral part. Flora, or we call it the roll. And then we have the flower stalk, called the pedicel. Now, this is a flower. All these parts is the floral part. Why this part holding is called the pedicel. The floral part is divided into four parts. We have the callus, outside of callus, we have the corolla, we have the androecium and the gynoecium. Now, these are the four floral parts: the callus, the corolla, the androecium, and the gynoecium. Let's take each of them one by one. Now look at this flower now. The callus, let's look at the callus. The callus is made up of a group of sepals. We call it sepals. Sepals. They are usually in 4 or 5 groups. And what is their function? This is the green part. This green part of the flower. And its function is to protect the flower in its bud. To protect the flower in the bud. Protect the flower bud. Protect the flower from insects and anything that can harm the flower. Then after that, the next part of the roll you will see is the corolla, which is made of the petals. The beautiful part of the flower that you see, that attracts you to the flower, that is the petals. And what is the function of the petals? The petals is to attract pollinators because of its bright color and scent. Like, you know, when you see bees, butterfly, that will attract them to the flower for them to pollinate the flower. Then the next part is the androecium, which is the male part. It is made of a group of stamen. This is a stamen. Now, the stamen is made up of two parts. We have the low part called the anther, and the part holding is called the filament. The anther produces the pollen grains, which is the male gamete. The pollen grain. So the stamen is made up of two parts. We have the anther and the filament. The filament produce pollen grains, which are the male gamete. Then the female part is called the gynoecium, and it's made up of what we call pistil. We call it pistil. We call it pistil, or we call it carpel. Depending on the test, the pistil or carpel. And it's made up of three main parts: the stigma, the style, and the ovary. The stigma, the style, and the ovary. Now, the ovary contains ovule. So after the pollen grain fall on this stigma, it's spread into the ovule, where there is fertilization. The ovule will turn to seed. The ovule will turn to seed, while the ovary will turn to fruits. That is why we find a seed inside the fruit. Okay, can I go back again? So you see that the flower is a reproductive organ of flowering plant. And instead of two main parts, we have the floral part, which is called the roll, and the second one is flower, which is called the pedicel. The floral part is made of four parts: the callus, which is a group of sepals that protect the flower in its bud; the corolla, which is made up of a group of petals that attract pollinating insects; the androecium, which is made of the stamens, which is the male organ; and the gynoecium, which is the female organ. I believe you understand this. In our next class, we are going to talk more on this. See you in the next class.